This recently opened hidden gem has exclusive grunge-era photos, merchandise, and so much more from the photographer who saw it all in the 90s. I'm St. Brian, and tonight on Evening,
we're saying goodbye to the queen of all flea markets.
It's hard to describe what it feels like until you're there.
What treasures will you discover before it's all over? And the museum that honors Kurt Cobain in his hometown. Plus, fly above the forests of Mount Rainier.
Full course up here in the trees. It ranges anywhere from, 20 feet off the ground to about 35, 40 feet.
Welcome to the show from Grunge Mart at Pacific Place in downtown Seattle. I'm St. Brian, and this place is kind of a paradise for those who love the grunge era.
It's a heartfelt tribute to my friends and to their music and to my photography.
To visit Grunge Mart is to enter a Seattle time machine packed with authentic memories. Karen Mason Blair wasn't just photographing the artists who helped change music forever, she was living it.
What was fun about that era?
What wasn't fun? I mean, we were having the time of our lives, and we were all friends, and we were all on the same ride together.
On that ride, Nirvana, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains. Karen even captured Pearl Jam's very first gig when they called themselves Mookie Blaylock.
The whole grunge thing started to explode, and they're like, Karen, take our pictures, Karen, take our pictures. And it was just massive from that point on.
Spend a few minutes getting to know Karen, and you'll discover how she coaxed smiles out of everyone, even Kurt Cobain.
And I go, Kurt, can you smile? And he goes, Karen, you always say that. And I go, yeah, and you always like my photos. And that's why he smirks. Here we are now, entertain us.
For a music scene famous for angst, darkness, and distortion, the person who captured it remembers something else entirely: joy.
I want you to celebrate my friends. I want you to celebrate their music and the love and the joy and the life that we lived, It's pretty special. Have a good day. See you, man.
Grunge Mart is open Wednesday through Sunday. Come as you are, and you may even get to meet Karen yourself. In Kurt Cobain's hometown of Aberdeen, there really is no place to pay homage to Kurt. Until now, Jose takes us inside a brand new anti-museum.
The sign on the way into town says, "Come as you are." There's a Kurt Cobain Memorial Park in the banks of the Wishkah. But Lee and Danny Bacon always had the same question when they came to Aberdeen.
Where's the museum? And where's the place to go pay tribute and learn more about the story?
They couldn't find that place, so they decided to build it.
The first toe in the water was when we bought Kurt Cobain's childhood home and had this idea to turn it into a museum. As we realized that we get thousands of visitors at the house every year, just coming to stand in front of the house, we realized that we needed to have a downtown presence where larger crowds could come in.
They launched a nonprofit, The Music Project, and turned this historic building into Unplugged, the world's first grunge museum.
People tell us we're crazy every day. Yeah, and I think that you need to have a little bit of that to take on a project that we feel is very ambitious.
This place tells the story of Kurt Cobain and Nirvana's Northwest roots.
You're surrounded by story, artifacts, audio, it's interviews, it's videos.
There is the iconic street sign that Kirk and Chris Novoselic posed in front of.
Sorry, I really had to do it.
A 1965 Dodge Dart just like Kurt's that will take people on private tours to his house and expert-led walking tours.
People want to come here and pay tribute to Kurt Cobain. But yeah, there is a history as far as Kurt spending time here.
In the green room, you can pick up famous looks, Kirk's favorite books, and find a secret passage.
There are secrets and hidden surprises all over this place.
Kurt Cobain even worked in this building.
It was formerly called Goldberg Furniture, and back in the day, Kurt and Chris had a very short career here, making some extra money.
Lee and Danny call it an anti-museum.
It's not a traditional museum where you don't touch things. We want people to come in, sit down, watch videos, pick up guitars, play on the stage, and really get to be a part of that story.
A story that can only truly be told here, in a town that says, come as you are.
This is not our story. We're the stewards of the story, but we're surrounding the story by people that were there. So we want to get it historically accurate and take our time and be thoughtful. Let's respect the story. And it's really a place for fans to come and connect.
Thank you, Jose. That Anti-Museum is open now, and the Music Project is now taking reservations to tour Kurt Cobain's childhood home in Aberdeen. Want to get out and about this weekend? Here's Chris with some sweet happenings all around the Puget Sound.
This Friday, May 29th, is Mariners Fireworks Night. Put on your jelly shoes and crank up the Backstreet Boys. The theme is the 90s, and the show lights up the skies after the M's play the Arizona Diamondbacks. Sluey's Bakery in Paulsbo is celebrating 60 years this Friday through Sunday. There will be plenty of free coffee, swag, and discounts on tasty treats, and on Friday, free Happy Face cookies to kids 12 and under. Want to get away to the Gorge? There are still tickets available for Brandi Carlisle's Echoes Through the Canyons Music Festival this weekend. Carlisle says she's ready once again to howl into the canyon and take that hallowed stage with the Indigo Girls, Bonnie Raitt, and special guests. This is guaranteed to be a good one. Washington State Ferries sails into their 75th birthday Monday, June 1st. Look for anniversary giveaways, including stickers if you ride a ferry that day, plus free coffee or popcorn in the galley with purchase. More ferry fun will continue through the month of June.
All right, thank you, Chris. And we've got some more ferry festivities. They're going to be raising a ferry flag atop the Space Needle. And starting in June, there are going to be live DJ sets on ferry runs from KNHC.
Still to come on evening, so many treasures have been discovered here over the years. We're saying goodbye to the queen of all flea markets. Plus, the Northwest designer combining comfort and sustainable style.
So we really focus on basics. We will really want to start with replacing everything in your closet.
Welcome back to the show from Grunge Mart at Pacific Place in downtown Seattle. See, I am dressed for the occasion. For nearly a quarter of a century, one of the Northwest's most beloved traditions has been a place where you could find rusty treasures and old memories that somehow seem new again. However, Farm Chicks in Spokane is saying goodbye.
It's hard to describe what it feels like until you're there.
It began as a neighborhood barn sale in 2002, but Farm Chicks quickly became the queen of all flea markets, eventually taking over the Spokane County Fairgrounds one weekend every June.
It's a rock star of a show. It's almost like a cult following type show.
Treasure hunters, wearing the unofficial Farm Chicks uniform, cowgirl boots, and flowery aprons, would line up every morning outside, scheming and strategizing.
The thrill of the hunt. The treasures. Trying to find something that nobody else has.
All the vision of the original Farm Chick, Serena Thompson.
A farm chick is someone who loves to have a happy home, to have it be cute, beautiful, decorated so it feels like a happy place for her family to be.
Looking back at the past 24 years, Serena says the real legacy of Farm Chicks surprises even her.
When you walk through those doors, there's just this really special feeling. You're enveloped in this just warm, creative, really great environment. It's too hard to explain.
The event brought a lot of women together. Men too, though many would give up on the hunting and gathering. And there was always a lot of gathering.
I found this incredible rake. I'm going to put it in the garden. I picked up this frame to put some of the kids' photos in.
I like that stool. I think I can put that next to my bed as like an end table or something.
People all over the world have something they bought at Farm Chicks. So why end it?
There's not a real One reason why, it just feels like time. I really like the thought of leaving it like in a little treasure box that I'll always hold with me as something special and that never wore itself out. So it just feels right.
So many treasures discovered over the years, but best of all, people found a sense of belonging. Something they carried with them in a loaded car all the way home.
The final weekend for Farm Chicks is June 6th and 7th. If you're anything like me, you want clothes that are super comfortable and yet super stylish. After all, I'm something of a Seattle icon when it comes to style, although nobody has actually told me that. Well, you can find all of those kind of clothes in a store right here at Pacific Place, just 2 floors down.
You know how we prefer practical clothes in the Pacific Northwest? Well, comfort just got a lot better looking thanks to this Seattle fashion startup. Raphael Soto, co-founder of Proto 101, has a modest goal for his apparel.
So we really focus on basics. We will really want to start with replacing everything in your closet, everything you wear basics, with sustainable fashion.
Raphael designs better basics made with sustainable materials. He calls the concept Yarn to You.
What I love is like when people come in and they start touching like, oh wow, that feels great. And I'm like, that is like, I get to develop killer fabrics.
He and his business partner Lien have a combined 50 years in global fashion, working for Ralph Lauren, Nordstrom, Macy's, and Diesel. But this Seattle store is their current passion.
Yeah, we joke around. We're like everything from, designer CEO to shop owner and janitor and the mail guy and IT person.
Shipping, everything.
What you'll find here are casual clothes for women and men with handy touches like zippered phone pockets. What you won't find are price tags attached by plastic or sewn-on labels. The design here isn't just about the clothes. The business is designed to eliminate waste. Slow fashion, literally.
If you order online, you get an email right away that basically says, we're not air shipping anything, we're not shipping overnight, be patient, we'll send it at the slowest rate.
All the clothing Proto 101 offers is under $100.
Really great premium quality, sustainably sourced fashion and clothing should be something that everybody can afford.
They partner with other local sustainable brands. The store carries beanies and socks from Seattle's Arvin Goods, bags from Bojack Designs, another Seattle company, and lotions from Handmade Laconer.
As we continue to expand the brand, we're really looking for partners that are either local or sustainable.
Most important of all, thanks to Proto 101, we Northwesterners can all feel good about throwing on some comfy sweats.
Instead of spending money on fast fashion that's throwaway, spend a little more money on things that you're going to be sustainable and hold for a long time.
Proto 101 also plants a tree for every piece sold. As I've said, they've got a store right here at Pacific Place. They've also got one now at Bellevue Square.
Up next, fly above the forests of Mount Rainier at the ultimate summer adventure course.
Don't look down. Don't look down.
I'm Sean Forrest Roberts, and we are in my studio at Forrest Ceramic Company on Orcas Island.
His pottery is fine art.
It's super colorful and out there and a little bit more modern.
No two creations are alike.
This is an original process that we've created. It's liquid colored clay that I pour, and we are really well known for the layering and carving process. The most fun part for me is experimenting and doing something where I don't know the exact outcome. Yeah, it turned out well.
Welcome back to the show where we are immersing ourselves in the spirit of the 90s here at Grunge Mart inside Pacific Place at downtown Seattle. All right, next we are heading up to Crystal Mountain where we're going to check out the ultimate summer adventure course. Here's our guide, Extreme Jose.
Are you looking for a fun activity? One where you can enjoy the outdoors? Something that makes you feel like you are flying through the woods? Well, I got you. That's exactly why I'm checking out Flying Rave Adventure Course.
A full course up here in the trees. It ranges anywhere from 20 feet off the ground to about 35, 40 feet.
What's first here? What I need to do?
Each tour is a 3-hour booking. That includes gearing you up, Go over the shoulder with that. Giving you the safety spiel.
There's stuff like tree branches, rocks, stuff that you can trip and fall over.
Taking you through our ground school and getting you oriented with the course.
It looks crazy already.
Once people get through that, they'll have about 2 hours or so to play up on course. We have things for all skill levels up here, which is really nice.
So we're gonna go with the green.
We've got an easy course. It starts off about 15 to 20 feet. And once you get comfortable with that, there are increasing difficulty levels.
And if you get a little nervous with heights, don't worry.
We've got really good staff up here. They're really good about talking people through things, getting them over those fears.
The best advice I got in this adventure was...
Hey, Jose, don't look down. Don't look down. Just pretend you're on the ground, you'll be fine.
The guides are really good about showing you what to do and how to be safe. You definitely have to get used to the height, but once you're in the groove, it's super fun. I really enjoyed the Tyrolean traverses.
We're pushing 23, 24 obstacles out here on course. Things that twist, things that'll slide back and forth. It'll really test your strength, I think, with the hard course. Good way to push yourself.
Pushing yourself, but in a fun and safe way.
And we're in.
And remember, if this adventure is not for you, there's many fun summer activities that you can still do at Crystal Mountain.
Thank you, Jose. Always a braver man than I will ever be. The Flying Raven Adventure Course is open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday now, but later in June, they'll even open up on Thursdays.
When evening returns, where to find the longest public pier in Washington State?
The pier is fantastic.
Now in our 40th season, Evening shares local stories that make our community shine. Evening is sponsored by Pemco Insurance. Pemco empowers the Northwest to prevent the preventable. Learn how at pemco.com.
Welcome back to the show from Grunge Mart inside Pacific Place in downtown Seattle. I'm excited to announce that we have partnered with Les Schwab's Home Team Care Crew. We're going to be surprising deserving people in our community every month of the year, and now you have a chance to nominate someone who is in need of a good deed. So here's how you do it. You visit king5.com/care to submit your nominations starting today. And from here in Seattle, we're now going to check out the state's longest pier. It happens to be in Bellingham, and that's where we're going to find Jose.
Little Squalicum Pier in Bellingham is open to the public now.
I'm loving the new pier.
With panoramic views of Bellingham Bay.
It's very relaxing, it's very tranquil. I love feeling the sea breeze coming in my face.
Community members and visitors can walk, bike, and fish on the pier.
It's pretty cool. It's our first time out here. We saw some guys fishing it, so we decided why not try ourselves, and here we are.
The pier expands 1,248 feet into the bay, making it the longest pier in Washington and Oregon states. The structure has new pedestrian guardrails, deck grading, and wind and solar power lighting.
The pier is fantastic. Thank you, Bellingham. Thank you, Port.
The city asks the public to suggest names for the pier. More than 900 shared their ideas for a name. Little Squalicum Pier was chosen, and it's named after the park and creek that runs through the area. The Olympic Portland Cement Company built the pier in 1912. Rail cars traveled on it, delivering processed cement products to barges offshore. Operation stopped in 1987. But now the pier makes the waterfront a beautiful place to soak up the sun, wind, and the blue skies.
This is an awesome addition to our community, and I look forward to enjoying it all summer and all winter and all spring.
All right, thank you, Jose. I can't wait to check out that pier for myself. And also a big thank you to Karen Mason Blair for letting us check out all of this authentic grunge swag, all these great photographs and this. Check out the sunglasses. I may have to walk out with these things. Karen, look into the magic eye here because we're now going to say goodbye. with our feathered friends. There they are right now, the macaws and parrots at Cougar Mountain Zoo. Have a great evening.